Jessie woo, GBS. I just turn the water on. Big old flex. She never saw before. He's chasing me like waterfall. Jessie woo. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Your favorite podcast hosted by me, your sister, Jessie Woo. Before we continue, are you following Just a Couple Things on every platform that streams podcasts? If you're not, go ahead and change that. If you on Apple, go to Apple People Podcast thingy, look for Just a Couple Things, hit follow. And if you're on Spotify, spot Just a Couple Things and hit follow over there as well. And if you're watching me here, you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see the visuals, okay? Also, have you heard my song Caseli? If you haven't, here's a snippet. Yes, God, don't I make breaking up right in time for the summer sound good? Somebody sent Caseli to Meg Thee Stallion. I know she don't speak Creole, but I could always translate it for her, okay? All right, y'all, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Just a Couple Things, the podcast. Okay, real talk, I've tried so many shower products. My shower shelf is basically a museum at this point. Lotions, potions, body butters, you name it, I've slathered it on. And a lot of them are cute for a second. Then you look in the mirror 2 weeks later and your skin is like, girl, I don't even know you. But OSEA, I just can't help but to keep going back. And listen, when Jessie Woo keeps going back to something, that's not just brand loyalty. That's results. Because I am not loyal to anything that doesn't perform. As my ex. What makes OSEA different is that their formulas are seaweed powered and clinically tested. So we're not just talking feel-good ingredients and pretty packaging. We're talking visible results that you can actually feel. Firmer, softer, more radiant skin. You see it? And they have a full lineup of body care staples. So whether you're a body oil girl, a lotion girl, or a I do it all girl, there is something from OSEA for you. Now, let me tell you about their Ongaria Algae Body Oil, a bestseller of 2025 Allure Best of Beauty winner, which honestly tracks. This is a fast absorbing non-greasy body oil, and I need you to understand what non-greasy means to me. That means I could put this on, get dressed like a normal human being, and not slide off my couch. That's a win. It improves the look of elasticity in your skin, and it leaves your skin looking gorgeous, healthy, and glowing. Ooh, and it smells so good. Like, I really cannot get enough of this body oil smell. It's just so good. It just smells like I'm fresh out of a luxury spa. I kid you not. Now, I do want to tell you about a clinic study because a 2-week third-party clinic study of 53 women ages 25 to 65, real women, real results, found that 100% showed significant improvement in moisturization and skin elasticity. Okay, 100% agreed skin looked firmer and less crepey. I'm sorry, y'all. This just, I love it. I love this body oil. It is so good. You know what, OSEA, put me in the next clinical study so I could tell the people about how good this oil is. Now, if you want to get your spring-worthy glow with clean, clinically tested skincare from OSEA, right now we have a special discount just for y'all. Get 10% off of your first order site-wide with the code JessieWoo at OSEAMalibu.com. That's 10% off of your first order site-wide with my code JessieWoo at OSEAMalibu.com. Thank you so much to my OSEA family for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get back to the tea. Let's start things off with what I find just irritating. You know what I find just irritating? I find it just irritating when a man doesn't tell you his intentions from the beginning. I find that just irritating. Pop in the comments and let me know if you can relate to that, if you find it just irritating as well. I have the probably unpopular opinion that things between men and women, when it comes to the romantic department, things would go over so much smoother if men would just be honest from the get-go about what they're looking for from that particular woman. I'll never forget, back when I was in college, I met this guy. He went to a different college than mine, but we met each other. I think we met each other on like Instagram. Like we saw each other on Instagram. I can't remember who saw each other first, but we started, liking each other's pictures. And then, we moved on up into the DMs and then we exchanged numbers. So we exchanged numbers, and during our first phone call conversation, It was going good. It was cute. We flirting. We carrying on. And then he told me, Jess, you are all the things. You're gorgeous. You're fun. You're funny. I love that you got so much going for yourself. But I recently came out of a long relationship with my baby mama. I'm not really looking for nothing serious. I just want a hunch. I just want a hunch. And I want to be honest with you about that and tell you that from the jump so nothing gets like mistaken for something else. I will never forget hearing that man tell me this. I remember taking a long pause. I looked at the phone because I couldn't believe that this man said this to me. But then I looked on my dresser. I grabbed my car keys. And I told this man, I will be down to your dorm room in 30 minutes. When I tell you I hopped my happy ass into my Toyota Corolla and drove from Pembroke Pines to Coral Gables to go hunch that man. And when I tell you for months, I was riding around, I was hunching. Riding around, I'm hunching. Riding around, we hunching. We hunching. I'm talking about we hunch for months. For months, I had the time of my life just hunching that man. And things just died down between us. We moved on, and that was it. And to this day, if I were to tell any of my friends, especially like during that time, if I were to tell any of my friends that I was hunching this man, they'd be like, what? When? How? When did this happen? What was it like? What was like, what? They would not believe me. I never spoke about this man. My feelings didn't get hurt because from the jump, he told me what it was. He wanted to hunch, and lo and behold, and lo, so did I. So did I. Carried around my little fresh, tight coochie from Pembroke Pines to Coral Gables just to hunch that man for months. For months. Feelings didn't get hurt. We moved on, and that was that. And I tell that story to say this. Men would be so surprised at what they could get out of a woman if they were just honest from the beginning. Do you know how many women are in their I just want to hunch era too? Sometimes you're in that I just want to hunch era. Around that time, I had gotten out of my first serious relationship. I was dating a Dominican from Alapata. Okay? That's to sum things up for y'all who's from Miami. A Dominican from Alapata. With a mama who would say, I know black, I Dominican. Mind you, his daddy was my color, darker than I, right? But anywho, so I was in my I just want to hunch era too. I just want to hunch era too. I think that men would be so shocked and so surprised at how much they could get out of a woman if they would just be honest. Y'all be doing a lot of like love bombing and faking who you are for cat. And that's really weird when you could just say it from the beginning. But then that leads me to my next point is a lot of men don't have it in them. You don't have it in you because you know when it comes to you, the mere sight of you, the mere sound of you is grotesque for most of the women who come across you. And so you have to lie. You have to love bomb. You have to be something that you're not in order to get what you want. And that to me should tell you how weak of a man you are. That is just the weakest shit. You are a weak ass man. If you have to lie and put on to get coochie, you are a weak ass man. But the problem is a lot of y'all don't know how to be honest because the truth is that most of you are tolerated by a lot of the women that come into your life. Most of you experience the fact that women genuinely do not like you. You're not a likable person. You're not fun. You don't have a personality. You don't have spontaneity. You don't have anything outside of some zuzu and a dinner. And nowadays, that's just not impressive. Like, women want an experience, and a lot of you guys are just not an experience. And instead of taking the time out to go to therapy, to better yourself, to read books, to educate yourself, better your career, better your chances at positioning yourself for success in your life, you don't want to do that. You just don't want to do the work. You don't want to put the work out there that it takes to be a better you. And so you lie. You love bomb. You scheme. You pretend to be something that you're not. And that is just some weak ass shit. It's some weak ass shit because we all know you can only pretend but for so long. You can only pretend but for so long before the woman in your life sees who you truly are. It takes a real man to say from the jump, I just want to hunch. I just want to have fun. I'm not looking for anything serious from you. I'm in these streets, like literally. But no, y'all will lie and scheme so that you can get things out of that woman that you know you wouldn't get if you were to be honest. Weak ass shit. Hop in the comments and let me know what you find Jess irritating today. Okay, we need to talk about Warby Parker because spring is here, darlings. Weddings, rooftop hangs, trips. Everybody and their mama has a camera out. And if you wear glasses, you are going to be wearing them in every single photo. So, to ensure that you love your glasses, get into these Warby Parkers, okay? See, I used to dread buying glasses before Warby Parker. You walk into some of these places and suddenly you need a whole spreadsheet in order to understand what everything costs. The styles are giving 2003, and you're supposed to know if they look good on you from one tiny little picture. No, ma'am. See, this is why you need Warby Parker in your life. Their virtual try-on literally lets you try on frames from the comfort of your own phone. And that's before you buy anything. You point your camera and then, boom, you can actually see how they look on your face. See, I've tried this before with other companies and it just felt like a Snapchat filter gone wrong. But Warby Parker is different. You see these frames I have on right now? These are the Raider Wide and Rose Gold. Ooh, I love me a classic aviator with some attitude to it. And of course, Warby Parker makes it possible for you to put prescription into your frames, even if they are shades like this one. Prescription glasses start at $95. They also have contacts, sunglasses like this one, online eye exams, everything in one place. And they have over 300 stores if you want to experience Warby Parker in person. Buy one prescription pair and get 20% off of any additional prescription pairs at Warby Parker /JessieWoo. That's Warby Parker /JessieWoo. WARBYPARKER.com /JessieWoo. Now, thank you so much to Warby Parker for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to the tea. All right, let's hop into Jessica with things, y'all. All right, we're still talking about this Meg Thee Stallion stuff. When I made my Meg Thee Stallion podcast a couple days ago, that was before I saw a lot of the online discourse. It's actually worse than I thought, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But first things first, Meg Thee Stallion has decided to end her stint on Broadway early amidst all of this that's taken place. And for that alone, Babe Thompson, I want your head on a stick. Okay, like I want your head on a stick. Remember in my last podcast episode, I said that I was speculating that maybe the stress of this relationship was really just the straw that broke the camel's back. And remember, she had that health scare a couple weeks back. Maybe this is all tied to that. You know, the Lord only knows how much she was trying to be present with Babe Thompson. Like in the middle of her being on Broadway, she was still trying to be present girlfriend, still trying to be there for him. And so I don't think that she just up and just, you know, found out that he was doing this. I really feel like this is something that has been boiling over time. When I just think back to the Insta story again, oh, you couldn't be monogamous. You couldn't be monogamous. It just feels as if that was an ongoing conversation. It doesn't feel like it was a sealed conversation. And it sucks because, again, this man was doing all the things with her. Bought a home together. She bought him a $200,000 watch. He bought her a Bentley. They were vacationing together. She was cooking up a big old Thanksgiving dinner on her feet solo for that beige warrior's white mama during Thanksgiving Black Women's Month. Okay, like that's a lot. That's a lot. And again, too, like I said previously, this is a woman who doesn't have any parents. Doesn't have any parents. She's the only child. She doesn't have any siblings. So her doing all that with Babe Thompson, it wasn't just about optics. This was about Meg finding family because she ain't got one. She doesn't have a nuclear family. So this was her opportunity. I've been through all this stuff And finally, I have the chance to settle down and be committed and be devoted to one person and build a family. I'm at these basketball games with your mom. I'm cooking for your daddy. You know, it just sucks. So now we have her ending her stint on Broadway early. She did take to her Instagram and she said this: "Hey hotties, my last performance as Zidler in Moulin Rouge Broadway will be May 1st. It's been such an honor to be part of the Moulin Rouge family, and I've met so many amazing people in this theater. Y'all work so hard, and I have so much respect for the dedication, the stamina, the work ethic, the time and the effort y'all put into this work. I'm so grateful for the cast, crew that made this experience so meaningful, and to all the hotties that showed up or planned to attend. Thank you for supporting me during this incredible journey. I love y'all. See y'all soon." You know, there are people who bought tickets for this hoping to see her with all the intentions of seeing Meg Thee Stallion, and that's not going to happen. And that's not going to... Thank you, Baze Thompson, with your PBS face-looking ass. With your PBS logo face-looking ass. Shout out to Twitter for pointing that out. Okay? Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So she's gone. And in the midst of all this, you have so many men, like notable men, taking to their platforms and celebrating this. Like, today's Tuesday. I'm recording this Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday was Monday. You know, the men's was charging up their podcast microphones Sunday night. They were ready. That's why we have to unplug the microphones. Unplug the microphones. Unplug the microphones. Bon Dieu, qui dans ciel là. Unplug the microphones. Because the type of bullshit I have been hearing these men say regarding this breakup is so troubling to me. Black men are taking to their podcasts, taking to their social medias. Black men with big platforms are taken to their platforms to celebrate, like to literally celebrate, to cheer Clay on. I haven't seen black men cheer Baze Thompson on like this in, I don't know. You all said he was part of the Splash Brothers. I remember that Steph Curry era. So I remember that. So that's the last time I think I've seen y'all cheer this man so hard. Why is this like what y'all are cheering him so hard for? I don't get it. It's so weird. Paul Pierce took to his social media and he said that Meg Thee Stallion was just work for Baze Thompson.
Shit, Megan was just some work for him during the season to get him through the season.
I mean, you love to say that, but I don't think that's true. Some people are in a relationship and they cheat. Like, not every man who cheats, like, I could be in a whole relationship with a man and he does some cheating stuff and that means I'm just the work? Well, or does that mean that he cannot control himself and doesn't have the discipline enough to be in a monogamous relationship? Like, stop putting work on everybody. Because she was not no work. She was around his family. She was around, like, that's not work. And if men are bringing their work around family now and going to family dinners and integrating them into their life in that way, then men need to reconsider what work looks like, because you're the one getting worked.
Shout out to his co-host for dragging his ass, because absolutely, what do you mean work? Like, the men are so dumb. Like, let this whole thing show you that at the very least, the men are dumb. Men are from the village.
You know how we say it take a village to raise a child? But what if the village is retarded? What you think it's going to produce?
They're from the village. Men are dumb. Men are dumb. If you have to take a woman around your family to get the coochie, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? And also, let's keep in mind, Baze Thompson is a chronic cheater. We already established that he cheated on several women who don't have the public persona that Meg Thee Stallion has. And this is like the third time he's been exposed for cheating, okay? Hannah Stocking exposed him on Twitter like 10 years ago for cheating on her with a groupie. She found him in bed with her. There was an ex before that found his journal where he literally chronicalized his cheating. He chronicalized the way that he was sleeping with this person, that person, people that he didn't know when he was in different cities while playing basketball. So like he's going to the next city to play this game. He's finding a groupie there. Like this is a man who does not have any control or respect for his body. He's the work. Like literally, he's the work. He wasn't like Meg was not the work. He's the work. And that's the problem. And the fact that you don't have any men really holding Bates Thompson responsible for being the work. Like, at what point do you grow up and you say, okay, this enough is enough? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. At what point do you guys start holding men accountable for their disregard of Black women, the way that they treat Black women? So this man was bringing her around her family knowing she ain't got no family because she was work. That's demonic. The fact that like these men don't see that as like just pure demonic behavior is weird to me. That is demonic. It's already one thing to do that, to bring a girl around your family knowing you have no intentions, no true intentions with that girl. But to do that with a woman who is an adult orphan is insane. It is insane. That is psychological and emotional warfare. Y'all don't be scared enough of dying for me. Y'all don't be scared of dying enough for me. Like, this type of stuff could get you clipped. I watch 24 Hours. I watch Snapped. I watch all the things. This is enough for somebody to Lorena Bobbitt your ass. Like, it's too much. Why not just say from the beginning, I just want to have sex? Why not? Why not? Oh, because he wanted access to her specifically. He wanted access to her specifically. Okay? So he was dishonest. And he behaved as if he were monogamous, knowing he wasn't. You got Stephen A. Smith taking his old ass onto YouTube, talking about this whole Meg Thee Stallion stuff and basically shaming her for not being private about this man cheating on her. Mind you, this was a man that she was loving out loud.
Well, that brought all the attention to Clay, because you got no chance with him. So chances are you had a chance with perpetually single Klay Thompson. Megan Thee Stallion didn't know that. Help a brother out, ladies. Help a brother out. She didn't know that. That he was single before you and that, you know, he liked being single. I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? Why? How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, we had our time together, but I'm back being single again. Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it at that? Why we got to dog the brother out? Why? Is there a wedding that I missed? Is there nuptials that took place that nobody knew about? Did we sit up there before God and say, yo, here's what we doing?
And what makes this take so horrible is Stephen A. Smith is acting as if getting married protects you from your husband cheating on you. The most single man is married. The most single men literally have rings on their fingers. So what are you talking about?
Stephen A. Smith is just like, what? Does he talk about sports? Does he talk about sports? Like, why are you not talking about sports? And also, you don't think you're too old to not hold men who are irresponsible with the women in their lives? You don't think you're too old to not hold him accountable? Like, you're literally older than the tombstone that Jesus rolled over at his resurrection. You too old. You're too old. You know what else I'm realizing about these men? The Paul Pierces, the Stephen A. Smiths, even like the Camerons who took to his Instagram to say horrible things about Meg Thee Stallion as well. When is the last time you've heard any woman say like they genuinely like Stephen A. Smith, like in a romantic way? I've never heard any woman anywhere on God's green earth say, I am genuinely attracted to Stephen A. Smith. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. I would like to date a guy like that. Like, nobody likes you. And so, of course, because you're a man who throughout your entire life, the only way you could get a woman is through the things that come with you, not because of who you are genuinely. Of course, you're going to applaud something like this. Of course, you're going to be on the side of a Beige Thompson because nobody likes you. No woman genuinely likes you because women who come into contact with you can genuinely see how you genuinely do not like women. Like the way these men are showing you that they genuinely do not like women, I really hope you all take notice to that. Cameron was on his platform talking about how, she's been with all these people, why would he want to wipe her up?
It's public. It started with Moneybag Yo, right? Then Tory Lanez. I'm looking at a list here. Rapper Party Fontaines. Then you got, I don't know, Romeo Lemieux. Well, I'm saying his name wrong. He's with a soccer player. And Torrey Craig from the Chicago Bulls. Klay Thompson. Look.
And he was supposed to marry her? No, he wasn't supposed to marry her.
Men only hate promiscuity when it's time to use promiscuity to shame women. That is the only time men despise women being promiscuous. Because when a woman is being promiscuous, who is she being promiscuous with? Men love promiscuity. They love promiscuous women, especially when they can take advantage of it, especially when it is something that they can use to their advantage. They pay for sex every day. Like, OnlyFans is a multi-billion-dollar entity. Because of men. Men love promiscuity. They love promiscuous women. They love buying sex from women. They love these things. The only time men hate promiscuity is when it's time to shame, when it's time to weaponize it. That is the only time a man hates promiscuous women. Outside of that, they love it. They love when they could take advantage of it. But who are these women being promiscuous with? Who are these women being promiscuous with? It's with y'all. It just makes no sense. At the root of all this, it is misogyny, and it is the fact that these men who you see breathing hard into these microphones that they need to put down so they can go to www.indeed.com and find a job. Joindre travail pour faire. At the root of it all, they do not like women. They do not like women. They just like what they can get out of a woman. Conscious Lee made this video and he was showing this drawing that's been going viral of Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, bro. She made a post on Instagram and everything. Klay Thompson and Tory Lanez laughing. I mean, look at this. Some of y'all boys got too much time on y'all hands. Look. What in the slut shame lane? Y'all gave Terry something. I know I look better than him, head ass. Y'all monitor the cat of Meg Thee Stallion more than an angry cat woman the Republicans talk about. I found this one funny right here. My girl Upper Negro said, yo, Bucci puckered with glee when you generate this, didn't it? Misogyny and homoeroticism kind of go together like this right here. It's revealed that a lot of y'all more lamer than Tory Lanez. Which brings me right to DJ Academics. I believe that he want to be with everybody he believes she slept with. Like, you jealous. This man is obsessed with Meg, talking about some shorty even believed Klay Thompson actually liked her cooking. Nah, that nigga was just acting like that. He did to keep her ass occupied in the kitchen while he was out fucking other bitches. Oldest trick in the book. Klay, fuck with you, real player. Y'all boys is lame. Y'all really took personally that Tory Lanez was found guilty, and y'all been kind of swinging at the air and throwing temper tantrums ever since, especially anytime it come to Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all gotta chill.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's genuinely heartbreaking to see how much time men have on their hands. We need to start sending men back to war immediately. Immediately. Y'all need to be in Iran. All of y'all. All of y'all. If there was a way to gather up all of these men with these microphones saying all these disgusting things about Meg Thee Stallion, if there was a way to gather up all the people in the comments and send their ass to Iran, the way that would do us all a favor, send these motherfuckers to die. Literally. Y'all need to be sent to die because y'all are wasting all of our time here. Like, y'all are wasting our time. Just an embarrassment. Ashley Janae was right when she said black men wake up every day and find ways to embarrass us. She wasn't lying. She wasn't lying. I just will never understand men getting such a kick out of seeing a woman cry, seeing a woman lose. I just don't get it. I will never understand it. Y'all are scary. Y'all are scary. And again, these are the black men that we're supposed to be safe around. These are the black men that are supposed to protect us, right? Hop in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this Meg Thee Stallion stuff. Yeah, these are scary times. Scary times watching grown men, weaponize, celebrate this woman being cheated on. I will never understand it. Come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. People been dragging candy up and down my timeline. Oh my God. The way people been dragging candy up and down my timeline. What is going on? I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute, but apparently the masses don't think so. I have been seeing video after video after video. Candy just being dragged for her rendition of Kalani's Folded.
Yeah. So come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. Don't knock on my door. No, you can't come in.
Baby, Candy said, come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. I love you, Candy. Come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Yeah. So come pick up your clothes. I had them.
Hey y'all, just got on here to say, why you all in my face? Go and tell me where them hoes at. Just forget it, I wanna give you all your clothes back. I'm making room, bitch, they taking up space. They want to know how good this candy tastes. Hallelujah.
Wait, that Folded remixed by Candy, that's not AI? Because I just heard the acapella of Candy doing I Fly Above with her background singers. It's fab. I feel like Candy just be fucking with y'all. I believe it's got to be AI. Right?
Now, Candy did come on TikTok after the sound was muted so y'all could stop using it. But, that don't stop nobody. Candy did take to TikTok and said that, this must be AI.
Okay, I'm so frustrated. Today has already been a day. And then I go on TikTok and I see somebody made a fake video with my voice. Like, they did an AI of my voice with a whole message. I've already seen other AI videos saying that I said certain stuff. And that was crazy. But to actually hear a voice sounding like mine that I know is AI, and it had a whole, what can I do about this? Because this is ridiculous at this point. People really believe that I'm pissed. That's dangerous. Seriously. Like some of y'all pages that just be making up statements for me and all that stuff, that's already annoying as it is. But to actually have somebody who did a full, like, thing with sounding like my voice over the video, crazy. I need to know, how do you report pages on TikTok and have them taken down when they're doing that?
But anywho, one thing we know about Candy has vocals. She's a great singer. And most importantly, I think even better than singing, I think she just has a pen on her. The lyrics are amazing. Maybe she should have gave it to someone else, but those lyrics are amazing that she did Unfolded. So I look forward to her songwriting. Like, I think that a lot of these newcomers could definitely use her pen. Like, the lyrics that she did to her rendition, even though y'all not feeling it, but if you listen to them lyrics go. Like, they hit. So I think the Candy honestly needs to be in the era of, let me go ahead and get this new R&B money. Let me get this new R&B money. Kalani, Summer Walker, all the girls coming up. Go ahead and write for all the girlies and get that money. Period. Speaking of music, did y'all know this about Lean With It, Rock With It?
Lean With It, Rock With It is not what you think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lean With It, Rock With It.
Yeah.
Lean.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah. You're right.
It ain't what you think it is, but he's the trappers. He might, shout out to Lady, you know, that's my bitch.
Hey, m'poko jam sezi kon sa. M'poko jam sezi kon sa. Où est la vie? I was in high school, leaning with it and rocking with it, not knowing that I was talking about cooking up drugs. But do y'all remember that era of music when, like, you would sing lyrics and you would rap lyrics, and then 20 years later, you find out the meaning of it, and you're like, what? What? Like, hop in the comments and let me know of a song you used to sing as a kid that you found out as an adult that you had no business singing. One song for me was Nah Nigga. Y'all know Nah Nigga? Done been the places I've been. Who can spend the grands that I spend? Do about 5 or 6 best friends. I was a child. Do about 5 or 6 best friends. What? I was a baby. I was a child. Do about 5 or 6 best friends. You don't know Nah Nigga? What? I remember the first time I realized what I was singing when I was rapping that Trina song. Like, why was I was in elementary school talking about doing about 5 or 6 best friends and you don't know Nah Nigga. What? Like, please hop in the comments and tell me what's a song that you sang when you were younger that you found out later that you had no business singing when you were that young. All right, y'all, we're still in Just a Couple Things. Paige Shiver, the mistress of Coach Sharon Moore, who was recently fired from his job at the University of Michigan as their head coach, sat down with ABC, I believe it was last Friday, and she, for the first time, is sharing her side of the story. Clap if you saw the interview. Okay. Do we feel bad for her? Exactly. I watched this interview and I kind of got extremely annoyed because there were a lot of details that I was not aware of, specifically her age. So when the reports first came out, it was made, I was made to feel as if this was a young girl who was like a young student and she was doing an internship. But this girl is 32 years old.
Here's a man that had complete control over me, over my emotions, over my career, and he knew that and he used it against me.
Moore and his now 32-year-old executive assistant, Paige Shiver, engaged in a years-long affair that began when she was just an intern.
This is a 32-year-old woman who had an affair with this 40-year-old head coach of UM, knowing that he was married, okay? She knew that he was married. She tried to act as if she didn't know at first. I don't believe that because the University of Michigan is a huge school. You're going to know the status of these coaches. You're going to know. And he was very much front facing. So it wasn't a secret that he was married. She knew that he was married. And also she knew that his wife was pregnant. Yep. His wife had a baby on the way. And guess what? In this interview, she lets us know that she too became pregnant for this man.
Did you all tell each other that you love each other?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you knew he was married?
At the beginning, I did not, like in the first month. But yes, later on, yes, I did. And at the time, I didn't know that his wife was pregnant. And when I found out, I confronted him.
May of 2022, she says she found out she was pregnant by Moore.
So it kind of feels like to me, girl, you was going tit for tat with that man's wife. Like, I'm not saying that he's innocent. He ain't shit. He got fired, and rightfully so.
The incident led to the arrest and stunning fall from grace for the fast-rising University of Michigan football head coach Sherrone Moore.
He knew that he was on thin ice with the university anyway. They were already looking for something against his ass because of the losses that he was bringing in. And there was that whole scandal with they called it the sign stealing scandal. And this was allegedly, it was an orchestrated counterintelligence scheme to scout future opponents in person and record their signals. And this was a direct violation of NCAA rules, right? And so he had already got suspended for that for like, I think 2 to 3 games. He was already on thin ice. The man was already skating on thin ice. And so the audacity, the lack of self-control, the lack of respect he had for himself, for his job, for his wife. And mind you, this man had a 5-year contract with the University of Michigan that was worth $28 million. So I don't feel bad for his raccoon ass. Like, this is what you get. Like, this is what you get. And you know what? Just for that, Sherrone Moore, you get the Knitter of the Week award alongside your mistress, Paige Schreiber.
He's a knitter! Knitter!
Both of y'all are knitters. Both of y'all are knitters. Okay, Sherrone Moore literally lost his entire career, got arrested. Okay, I believe some of the charges were dropped since then. He reached a plea deal on the 14th of this month. He pleaded no contest to 2 misdemeanors, malicious use of telecommunications device and trespassing. And he had dismissed charges, including felony 3rd-degree home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. So all those charges were dropped, and he was sentenced to 18 months of probation. So all that, you lost everything over this lady because you couldn't keep it in your pants. And you, Paige, you coming forward, the way I would have just been quiet, because she makes it seem as if he was taking advantage of her, like she was just an intern. Bitch, you were a 31-year-old intern. 31 years old. You knew better. You fucking knew better. You were sleeping with the boss because you liked what it was coming with. She does say that she got pregnant and she was advised to terminate it because she has a illness that she's had since she was a child.
Yeah, this is something I didn't think I'd have to talk about, to be honest, to like the whole world. So it's something I've never really wanted to talk about. Multiple doctors and experts told me that it wouldn't be right or healthy for me to keep the baby.
And so how did Sherrone respond?
He said, you had to do what's right for your body.
You know, listen, the story's horrible. Like, what he did was horrible, but this bitch ain't innocent. You were sleeping with a married man. The only victim here is that man's wife and his kids. Both of y'all are knitters, and both of y'all can go to hell.
He's chasing me like waterfall. Jessie,
just a couple things. Have y'all been seeing what's been going on with Joseline Hernandez and Lumel, the owner of the Zeus Network? Okay, so over the weekend, she made a series of posts.
I'm very much in distress. I'm very much going through a lot. This man is trying to kill me. My homeboy Sean has stressed me out, and he thinks I'm gonna not use my freedom of speech. Use my freedom of speech for the shit that he's doing to me and been doing to me. Fuck you, Lemmy. Fuck you, Lemmy. I'm gonna continue to use my fucking freedom of speech on your bitch ass. You try to fucking kill me. You try to fucking take me out, bitch. And I'm not gonna let you fucking do it. You stressing me out every day. You ended up having me in the hospital 2 days ago, bitch. And I'm not gonna stop until you do right by me, bitch.
Now, Lumel did take to his Instagram to respond to her posts.
Bottom line, it really makes zero sense for Zeus to continue to pay someone, specifically Joseline, to operate and compete against us outside of the framework of the agreement. That's it. Others have gone to pursue additional ventures in the industry or in business, like building their own networks and platforms. Like with Ray J, you guys saw he, launched his Tronics network, or when Stunner Girl launched, I believe, her network. We've had meaningful conversations prior to those launches to establish the proper framework, and we've supported those efforts from afar. That's never been the issue. What matters is how it's handled. We have clear protections in place, especially around exclusivity and direct and indirect overlap when it pertains to similar platforms, business models, and content.
And then Joseline went live after he responded, and she basically said that this man is trying to delete her from the face of the earth. He's trying to delete her baby. He's taking money out of her pocket, that she has a deal where she receives residuals from Zeus Network, but because she's going on to create her own streaming service, that he is stopping the payments that she's owed. And she also accused him of putting his hands and feet on other women who are a part of Zeus. She called them out by name.
I got with y'all when I was 31 years old, still very young-minded. I was 31 when I got with Zeus Network. Still very stupid in the brain, very dumb, very slow still. Didn't really know shit. Just finished Stevie J and Mona and VH1, and my hair was up. I was getting high on cocaine and doing stupid shit. I've been clean for going on 4 years. 4 years. And you try to make a bitch relapse. This is the type of predator shit that I speak of. When I speak of a predator like Lemmy, it's devil worshippers all over there. And you messing with the people over there overseas. And you tell me yesterday on the phone, my shareholders, which I ain't gonna say no names yet, my shareholders are calling me about Joseline. So you got people in Israel calling you about me? You got the mobsters from Israel calling you about me while I'm in America with child? At my old age? You trying to kill me? I'm pregnant. Look at my belly. Look at my belly. I'm pregnant. My stomach is out here. I'm a 39-year-old woman. I should not be getting this stress. I haven't done anything to you. I haven't done anything to Zeus Network. And you making threats. What happened to that boy that died outside of your network? What happened to that boy? What happened to that body that they found outside of your network? What happened to him? Why we don't hear about that? Defamation of character. You have no character. And the people that works for you, all your producers, they have no character. And for Janisha, after all the times you beat her up, is still working up under you and haven't contacted the FBI to tell them what you done to her. She's a lunatic. And everybody else around is a lunatic. And this is why I say you did it to Scotty, the whole pregnancy. You cheated on Scotty. You beat up Scotty. You talk crazy to Scotty. You abused Scotty. You used her. You misused her. You did everything to that lady while she was with your child.
everything.
Now, in response to that, the victims that she did say were victims of Lumel did take to their social medias. Janisha said this: I'm an extremely private person and I don't share my personal life with others. So anyone speaking on me or making claims about my life is not speaking from any real truth or direct conversation with me. Please don't put narratives on my name. So she's denying the allegations. Scotty, who I believe is currently pregnant with Diddy Jr., as Joseline called him, she says this: I want to address something because I'm truly tired of this false narrative being spread. A lie was told and too many people choose to run with it. Let me be clear, Lumel Plummer has never harmed me during my pregnancy or before. DV is a very serious matter and many people truly suffer through it. It is something I would never joke about or allow to be falsely put on my name. I am currently navigating postpartum and everything that comes with it, and I would genuinely appreciate being left out of this situation. I am home focusing on healing and raising our daughter. Please stop spreading lies, stop involving me in harmful stories, and respect me enough to honor my truth. This is sad and unnecessary. So she denied the allegations as well. Then you have Gorgeous Doll, who took to her Instagram and basically said that Joseline is putting forth a fake pregnancy scheme. That's what she said. Let me go ahead and play the clip.
I cannot sit here and confirm that 100% is this or that, whatever. This is my observation of somebody who's been around her for the last 4 months, okay? On March 22nd, you started shooting the show, the new show, okay? And this is a picture from there.
What's up?
Now, mind you, a week or two before that, we were out at Contessa drinking lychee martinis, and you were telling me how you couldn't get pregnant. You were telling me all these things, and I felt so bad for you. So for you to come online now and say that you're pregnant to try to garner support, because anybody who's watching this video right now, I want you to think of the last month and all the shit that Joseline has been trying to do within the blogs to bring attention to her network, okay? It started with her talking shit about Mona Scott. Then it went to who? Amber Rose. And now it's, oh, I'm going to expose Zeus. And now you're doing this tell-all, Zeus whatever on your network. Because at the end of the day, your water got cut off. But I want you guys to understand this, right? You told me specific things, and now you come online and say that you're 8 weeks pregnant, okay? Okay, cool. So why on March 22nd and the show that you was filming was you drinking? Why in your gender reveal, which actually I applaud you for this because at least you respect your daughter enough to not lie to her like you're lying to the world. But I noticed in your gender reveal picture, Bonnie Bella wasn't there, right? Why would you not have your first child a part of this huge, ginormous announcement? Because you have a bigger plot, and the bigger plot is to garnish all this fucking support from people to make them feel bad because you're pregnant. And at the end of the day, you thought that you being pregnant would make Lemmy take it easy on you because you know what you're trying to do. You're trying to compete with them.
So this is a lie. I will say this. First and foremost, Joseline, if the clip I'm about to play, if this is what you're promoting on your network, I hope to God your network never sees a light of day.
Why are you scared of Haitian? You'll be friends with a Haitian. That will set you up the next day.
What? Girl,
you voodoo the next day. You
Listen,
don't even
my ex is Haitian. You beef with a Haitian, the next day you wake up like a tree.
What?
You wake up like a tree in a town. Hold on. Wait, what?
That whole voodoo clip, very irresponsible, Joseline. You oftentimes use your platform to chastise, to rebuke anti-Blackness. And that's something that I truly love about you. But the fact that you would use your platform to push very incorrect narratives about Haitians. Let me tell y'all something. If Haitians were really out here doing voodoo, Donald Trump would not be living. If the voodoo was really voodooing, Trump's tongue would be stuck in his esophagus. Please. Please. Si voodoo a marché vraiment, Trump tap mouri déjà. All these attempts to exterminate this man, he's still alive. The voodoo not working. Okay? We need the voodoo from the ancestors. It's not working. It's not working. Okay? And to be honest, that is not how voodoo is supposed to work. That is not how voodoo is supposed to work. But like many religions, people will use religion in ways that it is not intended for. And so if this is what your network going to be promoting, Joseline, I hope your network never sees the light of day. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. But the other thing I'm very disappointed in is the fact that Joseline doesn't understand that you cannot keep getting paid from Zeus in perpetuity.
And the best thing about it is I learned how to get paid while doing it in perpetuity. A lot of people don't know that word. Y'all should Google that.
Lord, girl, you cannot keep getting paid. And perpetuity, girl, the perpetuity check not gonna keep coming if you are breaching your non-compete with the network. You clearly had a non-compete with the network. You clearly didn't have a carve-out that allowed for you to be their direct competition. What network in their right mind? What network in their right mind would continue paying you so that they could fund you being their competition? Let's turn this on. Let's turn this on, okay? Listen, I don't know much about Zeus. I don't know why y'all watch that. Every time I see Zeus, it looks like an episode of the WWE SmackDown to me. I don't know what's going on over there, but I have seen enough clips to know that, Joseline, your hands are not clean either. There are many clips out there of you being very physically and verbally abusive to the women on that network. And so if Lemmy is Diddy Jr., you are Ghislaine Maxwell.
Everything that Joseline is accusing Lemmy of, she's guilty of as well. Because one, you're saying like, oh, all of the abuse and this and that and the third. I never witnessed him abusing anybody. But you know what you did? You did, in fact, attack me. You did, in fact, smack the out of Drea. You did, in fact, pimp girls out to Lemmy, or try to allegedly pimp girls out to Lemmy. So now all of a sudden it's, oh, and you're cheating on Scotty and you're doing, but you're whispering in our ears, oh, go him, go do this and that and the third, allegedly, so that way we can get the 50K at the end of the show or the 25K at the end of the show.
Okay? If he's Diddy Jr., you are Ghislaine Maxwell. Period. Period. I hate when people, clearly the abuse, you were cool with all that. You were cool with the abuse. You were cool with all those things until it no longer benefited you. Until the checks stopped coming in. The checks were coming in and you were fine with it. And you were fine with it. And so be fine with it now. I think the problem with Joseline too, amidst everything I just mentioned, is the fact that Joseline, given all these years that you've been on television, why have you not diversified yourself? All the money you've made these networks. She has made VH1 so much money. You've made Zeus so much money. And now she's looking to go to Bravo. Girl, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, sister. Why did you not diversify yourself? What happened to the music? Or you didn't want to get into like investing into businesses, maybe some real estate? You mean to tell me this is your only bread and butter, fighting on television for over a decade? No. No. Absolutely not. I wish her the best with her pregnancy, but I do not feel bad for Joseline Hernandez in this instance. Hop in the comments and let me know how you feel about it. All right, y'all. We have set it off, I suggest. Set it off, I suggest. Set it off. All right, let's get into today's Set It Off, I Suggest letter. If you want to send me a letter, please email jessacouplethingspod@gmail.com. We're going into the month of May, and I would love to read letters from those of you guys who have mother wounds, those of you guys who are the eldest daughters. I would love to read those types of letters and to give advice on that. So please send your letters ASAP. All right, let's read today's letter. Hi, Jessie. I've been watching your videos for years now, and I always look forward to them. I'm a 27-year-old Kenyan girl, Kenya, and I was hooked to your relationship dating advice, and I've looked up to you as a big sister. Oh. I actually have a big sister who is 8 years older than me, but we have very different personalities. I'm calm and level-headed, and she has a short fuse and is quick to anger. I love my sister. Growing up, I idealized her and wanted to be just like her, but she has been unlucky in love, and my heart breaks for her because under the tough exterior, she's very sweet and loving. This is where my dilemma comes in. Okay, girl, let me sip my water, child. Please don't tell me it's a white man involved. I'm tired. I'm tired of the pink Zozo brigade. Please leave me alone. All right. This is where my dilemma comes in. Because she has had breakups, I feel she projects her emotions on me. Sometimes when I go out and a guy tries to talk to me, or if I'm with a guy, she either tries to get him to leave or she starts hitting on him and dancing on him. Girl, what? What type of sister is this? What kind of sister is it? What kind of sister is this? Is she your blood sister? Is she your stepsister? She your half sister? Y'all got the same mama? Did y'all come out the same coochie? I need to know. I need to know. I need to know that. Because I'm not even done with the letter, and I'm ready to tell you, you need to smack the fuck out her ass. She's weird. She's fucking weird. She's disrespectful. She's in competition with you. She's jealous of you. Do I need to keep reading this? Sometimes when I go out and a guy tries to talk to me, or if I'm with a guy, she either tries to get him to leave or she starts hitting on him and dancing on him. Very weird behavior. Jealous. She's jealous. She's jealous. I find the behavior strange, but I don't really say anything because as a younger sibling, it's difficult to confront your older sibling. I can understand that. Then a few days ago, I showed her a picture of a handsome man I liked, and she told me guys like him don't like girls like you. You're not hot enough to get his attention. Girl, send me your ad. You want me to slap this bitch? Do you want me to slap this bitch? Like, what's going on? Like, we can end this right now. She don't like you. She hates you. She don't like you, sister. There's nothing sisterly about this. She hates her fucking guts. She hates you. She wishes she could be you. Hello? She hates you. Your sister hates your guts. Do I need to keep going? I was very hurt by that statement. I like to think that I'm beautiful, attractive, and guys hit on me all the time, but that comment really took a toll on my self-esteem. I gained a little weight, and now I felt even more self-conscious and less desirable. I'm really trying to better myself despite the negative thoughts. I have a well-paying job, I work out, and I try to improve myself and my appearance. But I feel like being around her triggers me. I'm a shy person, so I've not really dated much. However, I dumped my ex for cheating on me. Okay, good for you. You have self-esteem. You have self-worth. Okay, you gained a little weight. So have I. My weight fluctuates. Sometimes y'all be in the comments telling me I'm pregnant. I'm not. My weight just fluctuates. I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat. I'm sorry. And I like to eat good. You know, this week I've been doing salmon and Brussels sprouts and broccoli and a lot of water so I could drop a little weight. But good for you for leaving that man. Good for you. You have good self-worth. You have self-respect. That horrible experience made me very strict with the type of man I want. I would like a faithful provider who is kind and loving. However, she makes fun of my standards and says that all men lie and cheat, and I'm naive to think otherwise. I decided to go on a celibacy journey until marriage. But she said that I was being unrealistic and that in this day and age, no man wants to date a woman who will not sleep with him. Girl, is she a pimp? Is she Zled Maxwell Jr.? Like, what the fuck is going on? Your sister's fucking weird. She's a fucking weirdo, at the very least. I've been single for 4 years now, and I'm starting to get worried that she might have been right. There was a time she tried to set me up with her friend who was married. Girl! Your sister hates you. Your sister hates you. Your sister hates your guts. She don't like you. She hates you. She wants the worst for you. Get rid of that bitch. Girl, what you mean she trying to fix you up with a married man? What do you mean by that? What do you mean she tried to fix you up with a married man? Your sister did this on purpose. What do you mean? Hey! Ah, la de cose, papa. She tried to set me up with her friend who is married and said that's the best I can ever get. What? Girl, is this a real letter? Is this a real letter? My question is, so now you got a question. You done raised up my blood pressure and now you got a question. What's the question, sister? Bum di question. My question is, am I naive about the realities of love and dating? Should I reconsider the whole celibacy thing? Or should I stop listening to my sister? Sometimes I watch your videos and wish that you were my big sister. Your love story gives me hope that I will one day find my person. Thank you for sharing your life, wisdom, and advice with us. You give me the strength to carry on. With love, your virtual little sister. That was sweet. That was sweet. And I am your big sister. And as your big sister, I'm going to tell you, your sister hates your guts. She's a demon. Get rid of that bitch. Get rid of that bitch ASAP. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean she's your sister. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean she's your sister. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean that you owe her access to yourself. That you owe her access to these types of stories, this type of insight. Your sister has literally gathered up all the information that you've given her, and now she's using it against you. She's weaponizing it against you in order to destroy you mentally and psychologically because she's jealous of you. She's a low down, dirty bitch. She's not your sister. So get rid of that hoe. Get rid of that bitch and tell her I said, play this clip for her and tell her she's not your sister. She's not your sister. Tabasoli. She's a demonic spirit that was sent to destroy you. Get rid of that bitch. Now, there is nothing wrong with your celibacy journey. There's nothing wrong with your celibacy journey. And I know some of you feel encouraged by my love story. My love story is not perfect. Okay? We're not perfect. We're not love goals. I'm telling you. Okay? We go through it. But what I will tell you is this, is the relationship that I have right now, there was a moment in time where I didn't think I deserved it. And reading your story, reading your letter, you are in such a better place than I was during those times. You clearly value yourself, you honor yourself, and you're listening to your spirituality. You're in communication with God, I believe. And if God is telling you that you need to be celibate, do that. Celibacy is not just about not having sex. To me, celibacy is more than just like abstaining from sex. Celibacy is spending time with yourself and getting to know yourself. You need to know yourself in and out. Because if you don't know yourself, shit like this happens. People, your sister, and other demonic ass bitches can come in your life and tell you who you are and what you don't deserve, and you will believe it because you don't know yourself. Celibacy is not just about not having sex. It's about getting to know yourself, getting to know your purpose through Christ. I'm assuming you're a Christ follower. If not, if it's Allah, whoever it is, whatever it is, if you I don't know what you're doing. But celibacy is about getting to know yourself, deepening and strengthening your spirituality, learning yourself and learning what your value is, what you bring to the spaces that you're in. building up that shield that we need to exist in this demonic ass world. It's not just about abstaining from sex, because you could be celibate and then break your celibacy and go have sex with a demon. But if you take celibacy serious and you do it correctly, that won't happen to you. That won't happen to you. Okay? I want to commend you for going on this journey, and I hope that you make it through. And I want to tell you, if you break your celibacy, don't beat yourself up, because you're carnal, you're human. We're human beings. We make mistakes. We fall short. We've all fallen short of the glory of God. All of us have fallen short, right? So I don't want you to beat yourself up. I want you to applaud yourself for what you're doing. You're going to work. You're working out. You're taking care of yourself. I commend you on that. I commend you on that. You deserve a man that is going to love you like Christ loved the church. A man that's going to sacrifice for you. A man who's going to put you first. A man who's going to consider you in everything he does. In everything he does. You deserve that. And you will get that. You'll get that. While you're celibate, fast, pray, and tell God what you want. And ask God to give you the desires of your heart. Years ago, I had this like epiphany, and I was reading that verse. I can't remember what the verse is, child. You know, I'm saved, but I still be falling short, child. But I can't remember what verse it is where it tells you God will give you the desires of your heart. I used to think it was like God will give me whatever I ask God for. And it's like, no, God will give you the desires of your heart, meaning that God's desires for you should be the desires of your heart. What God desires for you, that should be what your desires of your heart should be. And so while you're fasting, while you're praying, ask God for that. Ask God to give you the desires of your heart. But I'm going to tell you right now, one of the desires of your heart should be to get rid of that hoe. She ain't your sister. Get rid of her ASAP. Love you, sister. And thank you so much for sending me that letter and trusting me with this story. And girl, call me if you want me to cuss that lady out. She is horrible. Oh my God. She's not your sister. She's not your sister. On that note, y'all, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Just a Couple Things. If you're listening to me, please leave me a 5-star review, because I'm a 5-star what? Exactly. Okay. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see y'all next time.